Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
Welcome to Overwatch Central. So we've been waiting to hear more about Blizzard's internal balance testing, and they've actually been pretty good at not spilling the beans up ahead of time. Yesterday, a PTR update with hero balance changes finally hit, and there's some interesting stuff in there. Oh, and also just as a bit of a disclaimer, the PTR is only available on PC due to it being a test client. PC isn't getting the changes first because Blizzard hates consoles, or anything like that. It's just impossible for Blizzard to create the same type of public test realm for consoles. Do also keep in mind that these changes here are a little bit more extreme than usual. This is because the Overwatch dev team want to make some more drastic changes to see what works and what sticks. Normally we see all PTR changes pretty much go through to the live client. This time around we're not likely to see that happening, as said by principal designer Jeff Goodman. Anyway, let's move on to the actual patch notes.
We're gonna start with the most extreme changes that might need some explanation. We've seen Blizzard explain some of these changes on the forums lately, and I've also kept an eye on what they've been wanting to change for a while. Let's start with the general changes. Dealing damage to non-players such as Torbjorn's turret or Symmetra's teleporter will no longer generate ultimate charge. This isn't really a huge change, but listen to this next one. Ultimate costs have been increased by 25% for all heroes. This will affect the pace of the game dramatically and will be very interesting to experience. Blizzard have made some similar changes to this back in beta, but it's been a while now since they've last messed with ultimate charges for all of the heroes. It seems like the developers want to try and put the focus back on the normal abilities and team fights with those, though ultimate advantage will of course still be a big deal. Next up, we're gonna get into actual hero changes. First up on our list is D.Va, who now has a grand total of 600 HP, armor remaining at 400 but normal health being upped to 200, along with a movement speed increase when firing her cannons. This came out of absolutely nowhere for pretty much everyone and is quite a surprising change. In fact, when we a few days ago asked you guys on Twitter about who you'd like us to show you how to counter, we got a bunch of replies asking for D.Va, meaning that she was already a strong hero back then. Well, now she's even stronger than before. But will these changes really go through to the live version of the game? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
We've got lots more changes coming up, so we're going to go a little bit faster. Most of these are somewhat expected but don't require much explaining either. Soldier 76 has received an increase in his bullet damage from 17 to 20, and his maximum bullet spread has now increased from 2.2 to 2.4. Overall, a nice and well needed buff to Soldier that should definitely help him out with his pick rate. Next up, Ana, whose Nano's boost will no longer increase the target's movement speed. This is huge, as the Ana boosted target will always have to be in a good position before they are boosted, rather than just being able to chase down anyone because of the Nano boost. Mostly this affects Reinhardt, but overall an interesting, somewhat needed nerf. Mei is up next with an ultimate cost which has been increased by 15%. I think a lot of us are happy to see this, as the Mei ultimate was starting to get a little bit ridiculous in how often we saw it. So hopefully this change does go through. Lucio's ambit up for the healing has been nerfed with a 10% decrease in health per second. We're not sure how needed this was, to be honest, but Lucio has always been a solid support pick, so maybe this will help the other supports be picked a little bit more often.
Zarya has received quite a heavy nerf. Both of her barrier shields will now give 20% less power, aka weapon charge. This means that after 2 full barriers blown, your charge will go to 80 instead of 100. We kinda predicted that there would be one nerf to one of the aspects of Zarya, and this should stop her from being able to get the snowball rolling as early on in the game, which seems like a decent nerf. And last but not least is of course Torbjorn, who Blizzard have been making a lot of changes to for about a year now. Torbjorn will now passively generate scrap over time, and the amount of scrap collected from a dead enemy has been decreased by 40%. Torbjorn's Forge Hammer has been changed as well, with a swing speed increase of 25% and a damage decrease of 27%. Some pretty interesting stuff in here, and overall we agree with these changes. The only ones that really stand out are the D.Va buffs really, and we're gonna have to see how all of these changes play out. But just like Blizzard themselves have said, I don't imagine all of these making it to the live client.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of the changes, what changes you would like to see in the live game, and which ones you think might be a little bit too far. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you next time.